Well, here we go. You can't say we didn't call this one, although it's not really a day, is it, for celebrating calling, who knew what was going to happen, who got it right, who got it wrong. It doesn't matter about all that stuff. As far as we're concerned, it was a bit of a no-brainer, really. It was a bit obvious that it was coming along. If you've been living in a cave, London goes into Tier 3 tonight. That's the West End as well. London, all amateur theatre, professional theatre, live performances closed. Everything's cancelled at the moment. But it's not just London. London's one part of the UK. 34 million people living in the UK at the moment are in a Tier 3 area. It's 34 million people are living in Tier 3. That's well over half the population. It's getting a bit ridiculous, isn't it? Getting a bit ridiculous. So that's why I'm afraid any ideas we had, what we might chat about today, it's all unplanned. So any ideas that we might chat about today have had to be put on the shelf for now anyway, till maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after or something, while we chat about this. Just talk about this Tier 3 thing briefly. I know London is one part of the UK, but it's a big part of the UK as far as theatre goes. The world famous West End is literally world famous, so it's important. And the government gave all that money, didn't they, last week to all these companies, and most of them have today announced that due to government restrictions we'll be closing, blah blah blah, and we'll be opening as soon as we're allowed to. Michael Harrison for Kudos, who is producing pantomime at the Palladium, has not tweeted a very neutral message, let's say. He's tweeted his dissatisfaction and his appalled reaction to the government's decision to put London in Tier 3. And I can see what he means. I mean, first of all though, there's no real surprise. Everyone saw it coming, surely. We saw it. We've been talking about it in these videos for about 5 videos now. 5 days we've been talking about London probably going into lockdown. I don't know why they've been carrying on as if it wasn't going to happen. It's a bit crazy. I know that A Christmas Carol at the Dominion's only just opened, and it's it's like shock horror. Oh my goodness, we're going into Tier 3. We've got to cancel the production. It's ridiculous. They can film it today or this afternoon at the matinee or tonight, and then broadcast it. Even sell tickets and broadcast it on a platform, a ticketing platform or something. Or do it free on YouTube like the National Theatre are going to do with their pantomime Dick Whittington. They're filming it today apparently. Make it freely available to everyone. But it feels like we're back in March. It's really weird. Really weird. So I don't know why people were so surprised. But it is a little bit unfair when you think about it, putting theatres into lockdown anyway. Because theatres are actually been operating, those that have opened, under a really safe, COVID secure environment. And a lot of West End shows were announcing they were about to, or they are in the process of reopening with socially distanced performances. Like everybody's talking about Jamie, that sort of thing, 6, but they won't be now. It's crazy, hand sanitizers, temperature checks on the way in, social distancing in the auditorium, one-way systems, no interval. They've been doing everything they can to comply with regulations and restrictions. So it's really unfortunate that theatres should be lumped into the Tier 3 restrictions of having to close. Theatre goers, I'm sure, are not the spreaders of this virus. Everyone's wearing their face masks throughout productions. Everyone's been doing everything to get back to theatre, and that's to be commended, really. I've got a feeling it's the people that are sticking 2 fingers up at the system, at the government. The people that go on public transport without masks just because they don't have to. They're claiming to be exempt when they're not, or they think the virus won't affect them if they do catch it because they're young. Whatever reason, it's very selfish really when you think about it, isn't it? You know, you might not suffer the consequences if the virus hits you, but you may carry the virus and give it to someone who is affected by it. That is true. And I don't think it's the theatre going public or the theatre going or the theatre making amateur theatre societies, professional companies. I don't think it's any of these people that are really spreading the virus. It's all those people going shopping, filling the West Ends, filling the you know, all the streets, and you know, that are coming out and not wearing their masks. That are I tell you what else you can bet. You can bet your life that tonight before midnight there will be some binge drinking going on at some of these venues and bars and pubs before they have to close, to kind of, you know, see it off in style or something. There'll be a lot of drunk people tonight, and the virus will probably be spiked tonight before we get our tier 3, and then before in 8 days, before all the restrictions are eased for 5 days over Christmas. Is it 4 days over Christmas? I don't know, something like that. But it's absolutely ridiculous. Oh dear, January we're going to be suffering the consequences of all this. We really are. And that's with a vaccine being administered at the moment. You know, everyone's having their first dose of this new Pfizer vaccine. In 3 weeks they've got to have a second dose to really lock in the immune system's response. And then it should be fantastic. But we really need that vaccine around the whole population. We really do. We need something, or a rapid test. We need both really. Something that means venues can stop social distancing, because this has been going on for far too long. Far too long. And now it just feels like we really are back to square one. Everyone's closing up again, properly closing up. Only filmed performances will be allowed. So if there's any societies, any amateur, non-professional charities, companies, societies that have filmed stuff throughout lockdown, and you're going to be putting stuff on YouTube, making stuff available to stream or broadcasting it on some sort of video platform or something, do let us know. Facebook, YouTube, whatever it might be. If you're zooming, just let us know and we'll give you a shout out. We'll share it. We'll put it on our news network. We'll put it out there. And I don't know what to say about the professional theatre. We did see it coming, guys. We did see it coming. You must have known it was coming as well. So if you have behaved like nothing was happening and it was all going to be hunky-dory, then more fool you. You know, this is, you know, we saw this coming ages ago. It was announced that London infections were going up, you know, a long time ago. So there we are. But anyway, that's all for today. Quite a quick one today, hopefully. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Depending on what the news is, depending on everything else, we'll decide what we're going to have a chat about tomorrow. Okay, stay safe, stay well. I think we'll be back. We will be back. See you later. Bye.